Welcome everyone to the TeleDynes YouTube channel and our first podcast. Today we're talking with Neal Vitullo, an amazing guitar player originally from Rhode Island and has been playing roots music since the 1980s and continues playing weekly around New England. So without further ado, Neal Vitullo. Originally, what got you into music?
I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
From trying to strum on a badminton racket, and I just begged my mother for a guitar. The other guys in the neighborhood, I could hear them with their silver tones. They all had those. A few guys had those, and they'd be banging on them in the garage. And I just wanted a guitar. I just had this thing I had to play. I'd see them in the stores, even the plastic Western ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. My mother got me that. Very encouraging, my parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, mine as well.
Yeah. I was very fortunate. She got me a first acoustic. That didn't last long. I wanted an electric. And they'd have some used ones in stores, and down the street here was Modin's Music opened up. And he was a Gibson dealer. And I got my first real electric then. First I had a Kent.
Okay.
The Japanese.
Yep. I've seen a couple of those.
Yep, a Kent where you had more knobs. And, now I would think it's really cool, but it was you were fighting the instrument. You have students, and I tell them we'll get this and see how they like it. I'm like, well, I digress a little bit, but get somebody, if somebody wants to play, get them a decent playing instrument that sounds well, so it inspires them to play some more instead of fighting the instrument.
Right, exactly.
Too, it's tough enough to learn.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Having them set up good.
You have it set up good, yes. Get them professionally set up, and it's something that pleasing and fun to play.
Right, exactly.
But anyway, Modin's was down the street, and so I got a Gibson Marauder. That's what I could afford. It was a real nice guitar, and was probably paid about $250 for it. And then,
yes,
I had a paper route. Worked at Newport. We had a paper route then, and I kept going in as I was going for my lessons. Paid it off. And played that for a long time, for a while. And then my parents wanted to get me the high school ring.
Okay.
And I tell them, no, why don't you save, if you want to spend that kind of money, why don't you put some new Damasio pickups in my guitar?
Nice.
Yeah, and that's how that went. My mother got me a deluxe reverb for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, she knows that I wanted a good amp. And she went to Mullins Music in Pawtucket. Back in the day, you went to Pawtucket, Main Street. It was Mecca.
Yeah.
It was Ray Mullins Music. It was a whole block. And then Tony's American Music.
Okay. Are they the ones that moved to over here in Swansea?
Mullins moved here, okay. Yes.
And they have Empire there now in Pawtucket?
There's one in Pawtucket, but in one in Providence, too.
Oh, Providence, okay.
Yeah. But it was Tony's American Music. That's where all the Fender stuff was, and that's where I get my amps fixed at Butchie Bolzano. And he was a Bristolian.
Okay.
Local, But in Mullins, it was a whole block, and you would go there on a Saturday and just look and go at all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So my mother got that for me for Christmas in 1970, early 70s, with the cover and the whole thing. And I found it.
It's a brand new.
Pretty much brand new. Because I started playing like in 75.
Okay. Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school. Started playing electric around then. So it was around then, 76 I got that. So it was I know it was used, but like brand new. But I found it in the closet, and I took it to my friend's. I left the box and took it to my friend's house and jammed, and then put it back. Going down the street with the deluxe reverb.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Very cool.
but she knew.
Yeah.
She told me later. I knew you took
Yeah.
that. But she knew I was doing my passion.
Yeah.
So
you'd say probably your favorite amps still today would be Fender types.
a Fender, yes.
I know you play the Victorias.
I do use the
now.
Victorias now, but I also have, well, like right over there is the 1968 Deluxe Reverb.
Oh, wow.
Strip edge.
Yeah.
And I've kind of whittled my collection down to those. I have a couple of Tweeds with reverb mounted in the back. Real full tank, two knob tube reverb. That my friend put in, did an amazing job. And it's in my deluxe reverb, which I'll take on gigs every once in a while.
Yeah.
I know that something, you know how it is. They become they're your tools,
right?
And if they're just sitting idle, they nice to look at, but after a while,
oh yeah, you got to use them.
And it's not good for them not to use them.
Yeah, they just sit. They'll start. I know. I use one pretty much primarily, and then if the other one sits, and then
you got to fire it up every once in a while.
And you hit that. Hit it and
yep.
Crackle.
It starts. It's amazing how stuff breaks when it just sits.
Yeah. Now, as far as guitars go, you said Gibson was your first, but
it was, but that was kind of a bolt-on Gibson.
Okay. Yeah.
Norland.
Yeah.
Was running Gibson then, and it had Bill Lawrence pickups in it at first. So a single coil, like a Tele straight blade in the bridge, and a humbucker style one. And in hindsight, after change, they were pretty cool pickups, you know. But you're a kid,
yeah,
you know. And in the 70s, we were all modding stuff. Everybody had brass nuts put in their guitars.
Oh yeah,
for sustain,
okay. Yeah.
Which was BS. But you know, we didn't have the tools of. We just learned by experience. You couldn't Google it.
No,
to find out and go down the wormhole of YouTube.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I got offended. Well, I bought the Mullins turned into an Ibanez dealer.
Okay. Yeah.
When they first 70s Ibanez is great guitars.
Yeah.
And I had an artist, and I would get those. I would get my tax. I work in a Newport Creamery in Barrington. I'd get my tax refund, and I'd go to Mullins and I'd get a guitar. You know, and whatever else I had to throw in. So I got an artist. My good friend David Alves had a Stratocaster that he painted. He was good art, airbrush, whatever, but it was a 70s 3-bolt Strat.
Okay.
So I traded him that artist for that.
And
that was my first Fender. Yeah, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
Because I loved I loved Hendrix, of course. Who didn't, especially through there.
Yeah.
That which was a gateway. All those 70s rock and rollers were gateway to the blues, and
of course, yeah.
You know, so the Strat, very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 3 of those.
And compared to the Telecaster, because I see you play that.
I
probably
play
more than anything.
I do.
Yeah.
I had a Telecaster early on. I had a 58 Telecaster and a 58 Stratocaster. The Telecaster was like a lot of the guitars in the early Fenders. One would be great and the other would be a beast to play.
Yeah. A
And
lot of stuff like that. Gretsch was the same
yep,
way.
some were just magic.
Hmm.
Well, they were really handmade,
Right.
hand wound pickups. Some wraps were more than
Right.
you know. That's just quality control was kind of there. So, and I don't think musically I was ready. Strat was is I always say a Strat is a lot more forgiving,
Okay.
you know, and the Telecaster.
Think that's because of the pickup,
Yeah, the
the three
pickup,
pickup
and
system.
I'd be even my 58 always had a three-way, and I'd stick it in between because I was afraid I was gonna it was in my head, but lose lose some magic from it. But you know, and of course the middle pickup ruled.
Right.
Middle and neck.
Yeah.
You very rarely use the bridge pickup on an original one.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of the time now to do the mod for the tone.
I'm not familiar with the tone mod,
Well,
but yeah.
yeah, you jump it so that like the bottom, the one farthest away from your hand, that runs the middle pickup,
Hmm.
the tone. Or you can go just it's one little wire, and now you can roll off the treble on and make it usable.
Ah, yeah, because it's pretty bright just by
A
itself. Yeah.
wicked bright.
Yeah.
You'd have to pick up on the neck.
Yeah.
The rest you would pick on the bridge to make it really jump. But that one you'd have to pick up on and go up towards the neck to get
Right.
any kind of warm tone out of it and roll
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
And between that and a super reverb,
Yeah.
which was the tools of the trade then.
Right. I still are. I mean,
Yeah, well,
I mean, a lot of the gear, I mean, hasn't really changed as far as they have all this modern stuff, but everybody goes back to the old point to point wiring, tube amps, and
yep. You know,
yeah,
and yeah, unless you're there's
unless you're,
guys with the modeling amps and that do, but they're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it's a different bag,
right.
and they want their guitars to sound like chainsaws.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah.
You know that tone. You know, it sounds like a
Yeah.
chainsaw.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, so not my
Yeah.
thing.
No, not at all.
I had one Marshall once. I
Yeah.
had a 810 stack,
Ah,
30 something,
sheesh.
30 watts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought that was a good idea for a minute. And then I just used my super reverb.
Yeah.
And I'd have three of those at one point, you know, in and out. Two black faces and a silver.
Hmm.
Great
Nice.
amps.
Yeah.
But you know, you can move. I'd have to use the tilt back legs and turn it towards the wall.
Hmm. Right.
You know, always in trouble with the sound man. No matter what, you're a guitar player, you're always in trouble with the
I
sound
know.
man.
Yeah. I know.
You know, I mean,
That's
as I always tell them, especially with doing the Vipers gig, which is a trio, the keyboard player will handle the rest. And they look for a minute. I get the dog head tilt. Well, it's the only chordal instrument. I have to cover a lot of ground.
right. Yeah. Yeah. You're the only one there playing lead and
Yeah, like you
and the
working
rhythm
as a
guitar.
trio.
Right.
It's got to be big.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly. Got to fill that space.
it's a lot of space to fill as a trio. You know, and they want it to sound like not all, there's some really great guys out there,
Mhm.
but some they want it to sound like a kid in front of your house listening to rap.
Oh, yeah. The
You know,
mix.
all you
Everything's
hear
low.
is the thump coming out of the trunk.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of kick and bass
Yeah. Exactly.
and roots music, and
No, you don't want that.
that's no.
No. I know. I mean, sometimes you play with upright too. Every time they do something like that, like the kick will just feed back through the peg of the upright, and then it causes this feedback loop between the kick and the upright, and it's becomes unmanageable if the guy doesn't, if they don't
they don't
like,
understand the
what's going on?
acoustics.
They don't
Right,
get it,
the
yeah.
drums ring too much. They tell
Right.
you.
Oh yeah,
Drums should ring.
yeah, they should.
They should ring. That's the tone. That's the sound.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want pillows in there.
No, God no.
But they, that's
Yeah, it was a thing
the
for a while.
the little nuances of that kind of music.
Absolutely. I mean, it's funny how people, when, especially even with recording too, you put the dampeners or the pillows in the drums, and you think it sounds good at first when nothing else is going on, but then when you start having guitars and bass and vocals and everything else, it starts to the drums disappear because their ring's gone.
Right.
You got to have that to have it cut through the rest of the mix.
Yes, those almost the intangible thing.
Yeah.
But it is tangible. That's the sound.
Right.
Those drums, you've got to have it.
Yeah.
Bass you can isolate a little bit.
Yeah.
But in an acoustic bass, no.
No, you have it.
No, you want to hear the thump on the strings and the percussiveness of the whole deal.
Right.
That people may not actually pick up on that when they see a show.
Right.
But they like audibly, but they feel it.
They feel it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's another drummer.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a percussive instrument. You slapping.
Yeah.
With the upright slap stuff.
I was watching the video came up, you sit there and you get Joe Flick.
Yeah.
Out of Nashville.
Yeah.
Unbelievable slap bass player. And he was showing some of the things he would do in the nuance. Like people they'd see him working it, but with the drums, it just goes in with they think it's a drummer.
Right.
The drummer is doing that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great example of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's great. Yeah, I haven't heard about him in a while, but
yeah. Yeah. Badass.
So did you always want to play blues, roots music kind of stuff, or did you?
I've always done it.
Always done it, or did you?
We played rock and roll in high school, but it was all blues based.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was blues based. You couldn't listen. Well, you can't listen to a Led Zeppelin record.
Also a trio, basically.
Right.
Especially in the early days.
Early days.
Yeah.
Even if you did. What did we do back then? There was like Rod Stewart, Heart Legs.
Yeah.
It's just it's a rock blues tune.
Right.
Of the day, everything focuses, and then I'd listen to Jimmy, which was all blues based. And
right, yeah,
of course. I mean, that's why I probably have since then. Well, me and my brother, we would with the Jimmy thing, we would collect records, try to get all the bootlegs, and he'd have there'd be records out of wah wah. They were wah wah demonstrations became an album.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was all blues. Wow. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I still got it over there. Yeah. And, through about 4 copies of Band of Gypsies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, 2 are unplayable now.
Yeah. Well, they wear out after a while.
Again, and then the blues, really started about, I want to say, when I first played, 78.
Okay.
One record was in the collection. It was B.B. King, just said the blues. My parents got that from Columbia House for a penny, you know. And they got one of those. That's where it was in their collection. Started listening to that. B.B. King of that era as to later, completely different style. I think he was playing Fenders then before he switched to the Gibsons and more of the major pentatonic, the signature BB.
Yeah.
That it was it's incredible playing. I suggest everybody listen to that. And then the second record, I went to Swansea Mall, the record store, and another one that said that was Albert King, double album live, The Blues. Now I've since had 3 copies of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it just kept going. Then I go out and see live music in Providence. I graduated in 79, so then drinking age was 18.
Right.
At least for 3/4 of the year. And then they'd shut me off. Then I have to adjust my driver's license. But no, in Providence, okay, there was the living room on one side of the street, which was original rock and roll.
Yeah.
90% of the time. Across the street was Lupo's, which had original rock and roll, but had a lot of blues. And Lupo loved that stuff.
Yeah.
And listen to that, and then I'm out in the street, and I hear the shuffle going, and I went in. It was Sun Seals. And I don't think I ever went back across the street. It was Sun Seals with Snapper was his bass player, and he was snapping the meanest shuffle.
Yeah.
And I just sat there going, I was like, I'm home.
Yeah. So that was kind of the moment.
That was a moment.
Yeah.
And I was playing with Chris Stovall Brown in 81. I started my own. I went to a little music school in Providence, the Martin School of Music, which is a accredited little thing. And I had already started, and I had some of the T-Birds records and that, and that was really all blue. It was the Blue Stains or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't have blues, and I was getting gigs and
Nice.
you know,
Yeah.
81. That was 81.
Okay.
Yeah, 80. I had my own. I wanted to play, but you know, I thought I'd do the right thing and went and drove an oil truck for my father right out of high school. And I wanted to play guitar and went for it and went to school to justify it.
Right.
Doing it, and gigs were coming in. Then I started working with Chris Brown, Stovall, who's an encyclopedia of American music, from soul and blues and rock and roll, and been playing since he was a child. He's like a prodigy.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had me on the road going upstate New York, and he gave me, you know, listen to this Albert Collins and listen to the cool sounds of Albert Collins' original copy for Christmas, and he'd say, "Listen to this," and I went down the wormhole trying to play like T-Bone a little bit, but no, unless you're Duke, probably not. You know, I still had the rock and roll thing. And more, you know, and we putting on a show. And
right.
Still have a lot of that, but learn to play. So anyway.
Like all the guitar moves and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That all.
Yeah.
That's always been there.
Yeah.
Which came from emulating those guys because they all did that. There was a show.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you see the famous picture of T-Bone with the hollow body behind his head and his split.
Split, right. Yeah.
You know.
Not doing that.
Who was right. who was a regal player. I mean, like royalty,
Right.
and very dignified when he played, but he he knew to put on a show. They all worked that circuit, you know. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, good, fun stuff, fun days.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered. No trappings.
Yeah.
You know, it was all about just playing, partying, the whole thing, and then just could keep it together.
Right. So then by that point, I know, I want to say, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but you had met Stevie Ray Vaughan at some point or toured
I
with him or something?
Yes, that was later.
Oh, later. Okay.
So from playing with Chris, which was a great experience, but had my own ideas. I met Dave through Chris, and we started Dave Howard, and we just started the Vipers.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, go to that first. Yeah, it was young Neal and the Vipers.
Yeah,
And
I was 23, 22 with a baby face. And my hair was still down.
yeah.
It just started about then,
Yeah.
and then it went and played the original Met in Providence. There was it was 7 nights a week. 99% of it was blues based and roots and rockabilly, and yeah. And you could, and then the last call opened up down the street by the doormen of the Met and then the Met closed, in which we have that picture in the Providence. I have that picture in the Providence Journal.
Okay. So that closed. So now the Met is Lupo's, the new Met, I guess. It's
Yes, basically the new Met is actually Lupo's. It couldn't be any closer to what the original Lupo's looked like.
Oh, okay.
In so many ways. Yeah. And then if the dressing room was down in the cellar yet, you'd even have the cockroaches. And yeah, that was quite a time. That was quite a time. And getting to play there, we used to play Christmas nights at Lupo's. That's how good the music scene was. You'd play Christmas. I'd play every Thanksgiving evening.
Yeah. I've only done that a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
You're too tired.
Too tired. Yeah.
But it was a gig.
Dinner with sunglasses.
Yeah, you already had it. In those days, especially, have such a hangover. Trying to get the food down and go to the couch, and now I got to go do a gig.
Yep.
And there was like that, and so then we split for a little. I went and played with a band out of Connecticut called B. Willie Smith. Great musicians. They all were multi music, play different instruments. Except me. Drummer would come out, front the band, play a harmonica, and play it great. The front man, singer Bruce Smith, would go back and play the drums when that happened. And when he was fronting, he'd be playing guitar, and he could play piano. And the same with the bass player and the sax player. There'd be two saxes. One of them would play alto and keyboards.
Wow.
Yeah. I got that gig. I mean, it was 84.
Okay.
I was getting $350 a week, whether I played or not. They'd buy my strings and my tuner. And the band worked all the time. We'd been playing in New York and flying here and every college. Yeah.
Wow. So you were traveling around the whole country or just
Northeast?
Northeast. Okay.
Northeast. But they could play down to DC, Atlanta, like that.
It's quite a bit, quite a ways. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they rent a plane.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. They had a friend that he'd have
Were you guys on a label or?
they were on Trod Nozzle.
Okay.
They were out of, they made a couple of LPs. I listened to them not too long ago. Still hold up.
Nice.
Yeah. They were as big as they got. I mean, Toad's Place every 6 weeks, packed.
So did you travel with the Vipers later,
Yeah.
or was
And
that?
then later as a trio, I mean, down the coast, and the Vipers, we played as far as west as Antones and Texas. And
Okay.
because at that point, when you get to meeting Stevie Ray and all that, Bobby Christina was in the band, who his brother was Fran Christina of the Fabulous Thunderbirds.
Okay. Yeah.
And they would come to New York and jam they would be in New York and we'd be playing at the Lone Star, and they would all come up and play, gracious enough and to tolerate us and to come up and play, because, and to me, I'm sitting there, I'm playing next to Jimmy Vaughan right now.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You know, and very cool. And Fran had us come down and record in Texas, and I'm playing through Jimmy Vaughan's twin reverbs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything unique about those amps, or just
very bright?
Very bright.
There's something magical about a super reverb with the 410s. They had the bass thump and a Stratocaster. It just,
I can hear it.
That was the sound, and that, I don't know if it translated as well to recording, but as on a gig, if you were going to record, you had to put it like out in the hallway or something, because it threw. Another thing I learned about super reverbs is you got to have the real speakers. Even if you have them, but back then, I had Butch in Rhode Island here, he had the right coils, voice coils.
Okay.
And could recone them because you would blow them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and over time, they're just paper and glue, right?
We used the shit out of it. And they were too heavy. They lived in the van.
Oh,
in the road case in the van. So between the condensation,
heat, cold,
heat, cold, whatever,
yeah,
like that. Yeah, then I went to Europe a few times.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just you go to the UK too, or just?
I did not play the UK. I played Belgium, Denmark, Germany, all through Germany, Rudeslade, and the Netherlands.
Okay.
Down the Brenner Pass to Vincenza in Italy. And
okay. And so this was in the 80s, right?
No, that was later on. That was like late 90s, 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So later.
80s with Dave, and then Texas, like that. A lot. We played so much, but we were managed by the Lone Star in New York, where we met. Oh, it was crazy. People we would meet, and I go back and you just go, that really happened.
Yeah.
They had us they got us signed by Ahmet Erdogan to Atlantic.
Wow.
Yeah. And Ahmet was just, they have a party like the Puck Building in New York. Big party. Ahmet's introducing me to these people. My head's on a swivel. I'm 20s. And this is Billy Graham, all the bookings.
Wow. Amazing.
Neil Young, meet young Neil. Neil Young looked at me and goes, no shit. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was a jam. And then so me and Dave get to go up and jam. Robert Plant is singing. Phil Collins is playing drums. Mick Jones from Foreigner is playing another guitar.
Wow.
And all those other guys, the luminaries, are up, and you're like, the plant's like, keep playing, play that Albert Collins lick again.
Yeah.
And it's just surreal.
I bet. Oh my God.
It's absolutely surreal. They put us on the Benson and Hedges gigs. They would host it for the Mississippi Blues Museum. ZZ Top was running that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Their manager was running, and so we'd be rehearsing. We were the house band for it, and Willie Dixon played with Willie Dixon.
Wow.
And Johnny Copeland, and Greg Allman, and Dr. John, all in one.
Everybody.
Yes, all in one night.
Oh my God.
And then ZZ Top came in and played our gear as a trio, did their thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is there any video footage of this stuff?
No, sometimes it's thankful. There might be something. We saw the Puck Building thing on Access Hollywood, one of those shows like that.
Yeah. That may be some like
Yeah. PM Magazine or something, whatever.
Right.
But I have it. Somebody got a DVD for me.
Oh, cool.
Which I had it transferred. Mm-hmm. Well, they transferred. I didn't. But that was a real deal thing.
Yeah.
All that I have pictures of all that. In a lot of ways I was getting to. A lot of ways I was glad there wasn't video phone.
Yeah.
Too much evidence.
Right. Yeah.
But those years there, when that was going on, we played 300 gigs.
In a year. Yeah.
There's infamous footage of the Gatemouth Brown Festival, the Gate Fest at Escaheg. But that day we played 3 gigs and came in from New York on the red eye. And we had a box truck with bunks. And you could sleep over the cab with bunks. And behind that was all the gear. And you'd carry your own PA too.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. And we'd have 2 guys, roadie and manager, road manager. and that's how we went. And I'd see all that through the little screen window or through a club. And that's what you did.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. That you're saying when you traveled Europe, was there any everybody talks about like the audience there. Was there a noticeable difference between the reception?
They don't dance.
They don't dance?
They don't dance. If you put a DJ on, they'll dance.
Huh.
But to the band, they listen, which is cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's very cool. That's a noticeable difference. I wanted to make them dance.
Right, yeah.
Because here, if you're getting them dancing, you're connecting.
Right, yeah.
There, but it's solos, they're clapping, and they were really listening.
Wow, that's cool.
It was shocking that it was just the early days of the internet.
Right.
Guys had my CDs there. I don't know how they got them. Or I'd hear from the audience, Neal, when do you start fishing again?
Huh. How did they?
I don't know. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool. But it was fun to do and everything. Mm-hmm. But for me, in reality of it,
yeah,
it's just another van in the same rooms.
Right. Yeah, you're just going from van to room to stage to van to, yeah.
Yep. We spread the word. That was cool. So you'd be working. And you want to just go home. And,
right.
I'm pretty much
You prefer?
I've always just wanted, I prefer to just that's. I'm very fortunate. I've been able to just do what I love to do and be a musician. All I've ever wanted to do, all that stuff. Things they come and go.
Right.
But I always just wanted to be a working musician.
Mm-hmm.
This was my job.
Right.
And that kind of worked out.
Yeah. So you prefer being more local than going on the road or anything like that?
Yeah, we played down to St. Thomas and Virgin Islands, and which is cool.
Yeah.
But you still working vacation.
Right. Exactly.
You get that.
Yeah.
And
I like the idea of going on tour, but then it's like, I want to sleep in my own bed,
After a while, you're out. We were out for a month, and you see an American flag, and you're like, yeah, I just want to go home.
Right.
I want to go home. I want to see my dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally understand that.
My family, my wife. And,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be in that order.
Right.
Just get you're in the right place.
Mm.
Like a poster over there, 89 with all those guys.
Mm.
Blues Festival at Harper's Ferry, which is now the Brighton Music Hall. In Boston.
In Boston, okay.
Brighton. Yep. That would be a blues festival.
Yeah.
And we go for a week.
A week.
Yeah.
Wow. Lucky if you get a few
February
hours.
9 through 18.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're lucky if you get a day these days.
Right. Yes. And waiting lines.
Yeah.
And then it was like the original House of Blues in Cambridge, just like that.
Yeah.
That was a trip. I remember being there. Buddy Guy was getting his plaque put on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
You never knew who was going to come in.
Yeah. I would imagine. I wasn't around in the area when that opened up, but I played other House of Blues, around this country, but not the original one.
It was a trip.
Yeah. Of course, I guess they've moved it by Fenway now.
Yeah, now it's corporate.
Yeah, yeah.
Completely different. No blues.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Now
it was all blues.
Journey cover bands.
Yep. Teo. Yeah. Right. Exactly. And Teo was the booking agent who was the keyboard player for Johnny Copeland.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I knew Teo because we worked together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's not with us anymore, but he was just a super nice guy. And he knew who to put in.
Yeah.
And he worked with everybody out of New York and all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool is right. God, you say New York there too. It's like the original Lone Star were playing. Some two guys are banging on the tables and loving it. Go up to the dressing room. It was Springsteen and Little Steven.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah, and you go, that was another one. That really happened.
Yeah.
But they're both fans of roots music and
right. Yeah. So
guitars.
Yes, of course. Yeah. American music. Yeah.
Yes. And guitars ruled.
Mm-hmm. I still think they do.
I do, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, there's, my niece goes to a festival now and there's people with computers and lights shows.
Yeah.
The place, it's mobbed.
Oh, I know.
And I give it the dog head tilt.
Yeah.
I just don't understand Yeah,
I don't.
I'm of a different generation. I get whatever. I just don't see how that moves you as much as
No.
actual people playing.
Right. I don't. I don't either. It's
Right.
robots. I don't want to see robots
Yeah.
playing music.
Yeah. No.
It's not. It's just yeah.
Now there's an AI category,
Right.
AI country
Oh, I
song
know.
that's top
It's top.
of number one.
I know.
Yes. Speechless.
I know. I can. I only have it. It sucks. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I have to say about that. I haven't even heard it. I don't even. I don't even want to.
It sounds like it sounds like a modern country song. They had it on Good Morning America, one of those the other day.
Yeah.
That's how I knew about it. I had
Yeah.
my coffee and I'm like, what?
I just heard it.
So you put your ideas of a song in an AI and it gave you the lyrics. You gave your ideas of how you wanted to be a country song. So that played the music and manipulated your voice. So that's the track, and it added all the other things. And you did what? You gave it an idea of a song, and that was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Music is a human thing.
Right.
It's the only thing that goes through all cultures to the beginning of time of man.
Right. Yes.
Is
It's
music.
one of the earliest art forms.
Yes. Since the beginning of time.
Right.
I mean, and the grooves and the beats, they go from, if you listen to polka, for example.
Yeah.
A lot of same grooves.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Didn't realize that when I was younger, and I would go to my grandfather would take me to the Polish festival down here.
Yeah.
There ain't no beer and all. Same grooves as Zydeco.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a.
It's universal.
Yeah, it is universal. Yeah, there's a lot of.
It's sped up. It's slow. But what makes it different is the region and the humanity. You can't take the humanity out of music.
No. Real people doing real things. You get.
Yes, there's little flaws, but a lot of happy accidents too.
Right. And just the flow of the tempo going up a little bit, but coming back a little bit.
It's still on. It's still on meter.
Right.
It's still on meter. But yes. I think they call that soul.
Soul. Yes, exactly. Which AI does not have. So.
Nope. It's perfect.
Right. Spotless. It's a. What did Zappa say? It's like a wind-up monkey.
Yeah. Yep.
He was referring to guitar solos being overly rehearsed, but at the same time, it's still.
You have where you're going
right
every night, but there's a little things or something you just, oh yeah, or you make a mistake and
or a little hesitation and a little
extension could be a mistake.
Yeah.
But like, what was it? The famous quote of Miles Davis: "Everybody makes mistakes. It's what you do with them."
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you go, "That was better."
Yeah.
That actually works. And
right.
You're trying to remember how you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you put in tens and thousands of hours.
I mean,
now we don't want to do that.
Nobody wants to work anymore, or nobody wants to put any effort into it.
Oh yeah,
but I mean, it's the people that are creating this stuff. They're not musicians anyway. They're either tech people or so they don't really know. That's why at least some of the AI stuff that I've heard, it sounds clunky. It's not, something doesn't fit right. Yep. It's like the computer's forcing it to do something, adding in an extra beat, adding in an extra measure to make it work. And it's not, because a real human would know better.
would know better. Yes,
Yeah.
things should be even.
Even, yeah.
Yes,
And that's why something sounds off. You don't know. If you're
yeah,
not a musician, you may not know what it is, but something sounds off.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm not really too surprised with the pop country and the pop stuff, the AI being able to duplicate that and not be able to tell the difference, because it practically was a computer to begin with, even before the AI stuff, I
You're
think.
right.
So
You're right, Will. Yes, with the pitch,
yeah, the auto tunes
auto
and
tune.
the
Yeah,
quantization of beats and just making loops and stuff in the computer. So this is just the next step.
take just
Yeah,
push the button, cut that out, put
cut
this in.
right.
Yeah,
Here's a 4 measure. Here's another. Let's put it in a group of 8, and then we'll put another group of 8 and another group of 8. So now the computer just does that automatically. And I've heard it try to do roots type stuff, and it's like it's
no,
not there. Like
no, it's
for
not.
maybe a couple of bars, it's like, oh, okay, and then it's like, nah, it's not there.
No. That's some strange. That's a strange development
Mm-hmm.
in our world, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I just ignore it as long as I can.
yeah. Then you get the I go
Mhm.
no,
No, I mean, and it's
not Hey, when it comes down to most of my heroes, my real heroes were just working musicians.
right.
They were all working musicians. Some more famous than others, for the most part, not as famous as they should have been.
Yeah, I hear you there.
In my opinion,
Mhm.
but they're that famous to me.
Right. Well, one thing it won't ever be able to do, well, I can't say never, but duplicate live music.
No,
Live music is still, we still have the monopoly on that as far as humans go.
yeah, it may not be as strong as it was at one time,
Right.
but there's so
But,
much competition
right.
for your attention, and
Right.
a lot of things is just require a lot less effort than which is not much effort to take a shower, get ready, go out,
Yeah.
drive 20 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
especially around here, nothing's more than 50 minutes before you leave the state,
Right. Exactly.
and go see somebody,
Right.
or go see different people all night.
Yeah. Jump around. I know. I'm sure you do too. Different people that will go, oh, we're here for a set, and then they go here for another set, and then they jump
Like,
around.
I'm grateful you came out, and God bless you. You're out supporting music.
Mhm.
You're going to see them. Great. Tell them I said hi.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
I'm not like the disgruntled old guy. I'm just like, I just want people. We're still here.
Right.
Still here. Go out and support it,
Absolutely.
because it will go away.
I know.
The venue owners, they're not getting rich.
No.
They have it tougher than ever.
Mhm.
The number one thing that closes clubs, beside not supporting, is insurance.
Yeah.
That's a big factor now.
Right.
And
I mean, I see at least some places that, if there's a younger crowd, if they're not too familiar with seeing live music, when they do see it, they like it.
yes,
And it's like, oh, they're getting exposed to it. And it's like,
a few weeks ago, I did this little place. Yeah, the little place down near URI. It's like they're all younger than my daughter.
Mhm.
When I'm, doing my thing, and the guy, where's the tip bucket? I've never heard anything like that. Holy.
right.
And I'm like, that's awesome. You still it connects here.
Right.
And
that's the human element too.
yeah, like the original Met and places like were very eclectic.
Mhm.
You had Brown kids from Brown, Ivy League to working class guys to like Freddie. This guy Freddie would be up in front, and I don't know exactly what Freddie did, but he conducted the band all night. I know that, and he was a trip. And everybody just accepted that, and it all worked, and we're all just having fun.
Cool.
Very cool stuff.
So then also late, that was you had the early 2000s. You were playing.
Yeah. Oh, you asked me before about the meet Stevie Ray.
Oh, yeah.
We played the Rose Arts Festival after coming out of B. Willie. I knew the agent for that, Mark from Flash Groups.
Okay.
Which was a big agency, booked Roomful, H to the Bar, awesome. And he would put on do the concerts like that. Book Stevie Ray, brought so many people in. He put me on the open slot for the Rose Arts, and it went great, better than expected.
Nice.
And
Cool.
so, and I got to meet Stevie there and talk. He was a real nice guy. And I'm just like, it was another one of those like, holy, this. And I think Texas Flood had just been out for about a year.
Oh, okay. So it's,
Yeah.
fairly new to the scene.
But people were hip to that,
anyway.
and that broke us in that area. The clubs were packed. After we played the place called a blues club called the Bank Street Cafe in New London.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did okay. After that gig, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Waiting lines.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just one thing you get some exposure and.
Yeah, well, we got like 3 standing ovations and an encore, and
yeah.
But we were speaking to we were speaking to our kind of audience, thankfully Stevie Ray and his crew were that gracious. They were very great to allow us to do that.
Yeah. Wow.
And we were able to capitalize on that moment, and things didn't break, and you know how gigs can go.
Right. Yeah.
I can tell you just how gigs go. We're playing at the Lone Star.
Yeah.
Not the Lone Star. We're playing at Antone's. First time at Antone's. Right? I'm in Austin. All right. I made it to Mecca. I'm for that world. To play the famous Antone's, the original. We're opening up for Omar and the Howlers. I walk out on stage. They introduced the band, and my guitar strap break. Let's go in here. Yes, that sound of the guitar hitting the stage with the amp on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can go that way. And once I wiped the egg off my face,
Yeah.
we went on and did the gig, and it went all right, and met some cool people. Because that was like a who's who of in the area. And then we went over to Liberty Lunch and watched Joe Ely completely smoke the place.
Cool.
Yeah. The great Joe Ely.
Yeah.
We were very fortunate to do shows with him in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
Around mostly the city, Manhattan, or
that was right in Manhattan,
right,
52nd Street.
Okay.
First one was the 89th, I think, and then they moved over to 52nd. Yeah.
Cool.
The great Joe Ely. Screwy did shows with Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
He did his whole act. He came down with the cane with the skull on it, and yeah. He did his show. We opened for it, and then we got to see all that.
Oh wow!
And and sit in the dressing room and talk to him.
Yeah,
Yep. You know, Robert Gordon,
Oh,
many times. And I got to jam with him. They wanted me to join the band. His manager talked to Martin, like, that would be a good fit because he was looking for a guitar player, but it wasn't a good fit for me. I was already signed to Atlantic, and they were even more advanced at partying than me. And that might not have been good.
Yeah.
It was the same thing when I got the gig with Roomful of Blues.
Mm.
And then Ronnie decided he's coming back. And then he left again, and Greg asked me if I would. And I'm like, well, I'm already signed to Atlantic, and being on the road with those guys, I needed to take care of me.
Yeah.
And do my thing.
Gotcha.
But I was in my 20s, and I got to do gigs with Roomful, and in the height of their power.
Right.
And with Johnny Rossi playing drums, and a freight train.
Yeah.
A freight train. Unbelievable. That was a driving beat, man. He put it right at the feet, and yeah. You know, and you look at that horn section.
Was Doug James?
Doug,
Yeah.
Greg, Rich, Porky.
Yeah.
Porky. He was funny. Oh, what a funny man. He played with everybody, and
I got the original vinyl.
it with Duke.
Yes.
This was Greg was singing,
Mm-hmm.
which I think he's got a great voice. And in my world, he was my favorite. They sounded so original, and like no one else. There was the blues and jump blues, but like that was the sound.
Yeah.
They brought in some great singers, technically, supposedly better.
Yeah.
But you can't take away from a sound where your head snaps around and you go, that's them.
Yeah.
May not be like technically or the best. But it's original. Stevie Ray was the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a great singer?
Yeah.
For being Stevie Ray, he was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to hear anybody else's vocals on that stuff.
No, you wouldn't. No, only Doyle Bramwell Sr., because that was very close.
Right, yeah.
but you know, and with Greg and that, it was like, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that show with them at PPAC with Stevie Ray, and then we all went over to Lupo's and everybody jammed.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
A lot of good stories. But
There's all this happen, you know, it just comes back, and Dave's even more, he's got a memory for all that sometimes, for too many things that I don't want to remember. Great to be, very fortunate to be a working musician, is all I can say.
Yeah.
Still be able to do it, and at a good level. I started the fishing thing.
Yeah.
You know, get my gaps. I thought it would be cool. It's something different. Keep me off the road a little bit. Money was good.
Yeah. You enjoy it?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
No, back then it was more, this is a job. I gotta do it. And when you do too many things,
yeah,
something's suffering.
Right. Yes.
My practice was suffering.
Yeah.
My disposition was suffering because lack of sleep make you cranky.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you get up at 4 another day.
Yeah, the schedule, when your schedule is all out of whack, it can totally throw off.
Yeah, you know,
Everything.
complaint, but you know, you want to be the best you can,
right?
And to find that balance, Liz was great to help me with that. You know, she just don't play as much. I'm like,
yeah, I know the feeling.
Or you know, so I balance them out, and you know, when you come from being, you know, you're self-employed and you're hustling, you don't want to say no.
Right. I know.
because you know it may not be there, so you try to do it all.
Right. But like you said, something's going to suffer somewhere if you
Yes.
don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Things are gonna suffer a little bit, even when you're doing like constantly gigging.
It takes a lot out of you. People don't realize how much effort, or it's
You need
being on stage and playing and being in front of people is a lot of toll on the nervous system and just doing it compared to, just doing
yeah.
it.
When you leave it all out there,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it right.
Right. Especially if you're singing too. It's a lot of breathing
Yeah.
and I don't know. I mean, I work a manual labor job or something full, 8 hours. I feel more rested after that than I do after a 3 or 4 hour gig.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 or 4. It's a 3-hour gig. There's your drive time. There's your setup time.
Right.
And then reverse it. Break down and drive home.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like last night, I was in Manchester, Connecticut. I left my house before 6 o'clock, and I got back here at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a full day.
Not a complaint. I'm glad to have work.
Right.
But that's the reality of it. People think it's easy. No.
No.
No, I always say I'll call you on my way home.
Right.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Or you'll be crying. You can try it, but after a couple of weeks, you might be crying.
Right.
But here I am, though, 50 years later, of consistently gigging. What I started to say. I have no complaints. I wouldn't change a damn thing. I just pointing out things.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But things that suffer when you're consistently gigging is, yes, you're trying, like you said, trying to recover takes over, and your creativity to write new stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And to keep it going and learn new things, and then try to get it to the band while you're all gigging all the time, like 20 times a month.
Yeah.
And you're taking that work because you have to.
Right.
And you're happy that you're making money, and because that was the goal. But then to sustain it, you must do that.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't do that now, and I learned that wouldn't help me out. But I was to the point where I would listen to talk radio on the way home.
Yeah. Yeah, I started doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I found a lot of musicians do the same thing because they just want to turn the music off.
Right.
Because when the music's on, you're trying to figure it out.
Right.
Your brain doesn't shut off.
I know. That's exactly right.
You're trying to figure that out, and the beats go, what the hell is he doing there?
Yeah.
I listen now and I get be more, but there was a time I listened to a lot of George Norrie, who was the UFO guy.
Oh, okay.
I know, late nights, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I do
wherever.
the same thing. I listen to the stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
just totally out of left field, just so I can take my mind off of the music and not think about it. And
yes, you can decompress.
Decompress, yes. And then that way you can...
Because the next night you're going to ramp it back up and do it again.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, you're doing that all the time. It's hard to get back to being creative, writing new songs or learning new songs or writing new solo, whatever you're trying to do. And you're just like...
Getting ideas that inspire.
Yeah.
And I find... But the realization is you need to listen to be inspired.
Right.
You need to listen to be inspired.
Right.
So you listen, and I just, And
it does work. I find
Yeah.
because I don't really listen to music that much at home. I'll watch some stuff here and there, and
Even
then,
but you're listening,
but I
and you're paying
occasionally,
attention. I'm a visual learner, so
yeah,
that I love videos too.
yeah, and then I'll occasionally I'll put some music on. I go, yeah, I should do this more. I'm getting inspired to want to play this or that or
Yeah.
whatever. But when you're playing out all the time, you need a mental break from it.
Truth.
Yeah.
It does happen,
Yeah.
and it has happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started to being a fishing guide for a little, in which I didn't know was going to take off like the way that did.
Yeah.
But that was to take myself off the road a little bit and just have. I just love being out there because it was complete opposite.
Yeah. It's got to be peaceful. And
Now,
Yes.
yes. Well, now I won't sell all my fishing days
Yeah.
because I want my own peace,
Right.
and that's where the balance comes in. Not as important.
Yeah.
When you're younger, yes, you're trying to get things and you get there and do this. You got to do it because you want, of course, you want to live your American dream. Or whatever,
Right, yeah.
Right. You know, have your own home. And
Right.
if you got kids, I had to help the kids.
Right.
Go, there's college and
Yeah.
wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Get another one coming.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to be able to do all those things.
Yes.
But it gets to a point too where you've got to just have some fun.
Right.
Go, I'll show, the few times I've showed up and you guys welcomed me to jam with you guys. I didn't want anything. I just wanted to play. I was having fun just for the sake of playing.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it. I love it when you
just you were very gracious. And it's right in my wheelhouse, and just for the sake of playing.
Yeah.
And that's a blast. And that's why you started doing it in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah.
We really did, it wasn't about getting rich or for me, it was never about getting rich or getting girls. No. It was about loving to play music.
Exactly. That's why I did it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not to be part of the scene or that. I genuinely love and wanted to just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very fortunate that it worked out. All right. I was either very ballsy or stupid. It's the other part of it.
Right. Well,
probably a little of each.
Yeah.
But it did work out.
Yeah.
It's worked out fine. All I can tell, if there's any young musicians on here, be careful of the partying, because it'll eat you up.
Yep.
Best decision I ever made was to stop. And that's like a long time now, 30-something years.
Wow.
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
But very fortunate that happened. But when you do that, then the other thing is, use your SEP, which is self-employment retirement fund. Contribute to it. You'll need it.
Yeah.
When you're self-employed, it's too easy just to blow your money and not think about later. But that's some of the greatest advice that I ever got.
Yep.
And saved my ass.
That's good.
That's a serious shit.
Yeah, I know. That's good
But
advice.
no musicians talk about that.
I know.
And I
No,
tell
that's great
my
advice.
friend, my young friends, and
Yeah.
Rob Davis calls me Uncle Neal. He calls me Uncle Neal because I tell him, how do I do this in the taxes? Take care of your taxes. Do all that.
Yeah.
There's all those things, because I've been in trouble with those guys.
Yeah.
Because I was too busy partying and didn't do the right thing.
Yeah.
And to get all that straightened out. And so life is easier. It's a chaotic world to begin with, but don't need the chaos to rest at home.
Right.
Just musician things that really had never talked about.
I know, yeah, you don't think about it, and so many people don't address those issues, and then
Well, yeah, because here I'm still 20 something,
right.
but we're not immune.
No, definitely not.
Anyway, that's a serious part of it.
Yeah, no, great advice.
To really do that. And I would tell Rob the same thing. I'd start a set. You had a great summer. Max it out then, because you'll get it written off.
Yeah.
That will come off your taxes now. So you won't have to pay so much. Because we are self-employed and we're getting 1099. You got to do the right thing. Because we live in America and that's what we do.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
But later on, you're going to be like, okay, I can breathe a little.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you have to have that conversation with your future self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your grandparents are right.
Yeah.
Goes faster.
Yes, it definitely does. It's going faster every day.
My grandfather used to say that, and I go, no.
No, it's just funny because I've had these questions, but you keep leading into every question I was going to ask you. This is perfect.
Reading your mind.
Yeah. The only other thing I had was the when you had you restarted, or did you restart or doing Neal and the Vipers? Because when I saw you, it was about 2015.
Okay.
For the first time at was called Dirty Water Guillory's.
Oh yeah.
And so I don't know when did you keep, was it still go?
It had always been the Vipers. Whoever played with me was a Viper. I had a trio for without Dave, I did 4 records.
Okay.
Maybe 5. As a trio.
So as a 4-piece, when did you guys?
Yep, and then Dave came out of Room Full, and we've always been still friends, and tight. And I'm like, so why don't you come back, and we finish what we started, because we started it together before we can't.
Yeah.
And it was a great decision. We made some good record. We made a good record, a couple of good records, and we've done a lot of great gigs, and there's no regrets on that.
Yeah.
I still go in front my own thing.
Yeah.
All the time, which is fun.
It's great. Yeah.
With the keyboards and
yeah. Every time I get a chance to come out and see you,
yeah,
I always enjoy it. Or sit in, whatever.
What?
Or when I sit in too.
Oh, I like it when you sit in.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome. Always welcome to sit in. I like that. You know how to play with another guitar player.
Yeah, just leave space.
You do this, I'll do this.
Yes.
Don't everybody do the same thing.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Sounds like a bad 80s guitar track. Everything was doubled.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Just for fun. What's the strangest or worst, weirdest gig you've ever done?
The Officers Club in New London. We got booked in there for some, black tie event as the Vipers blues rock trio. And it didn't go well.
No.
that was a weird one. They wanted, a GB band.
Yeah.
These guys were all in their suits, their dress whites, and they looking at us like, what? Yeah. So that was a pretty weird one.
Yeah. Thank you, Neal, for
happy
coming
to do
on
it.
and
happy to do it.
chatting
I'm
with
going to
us
sit down and reminisce and talk to you because I know you get it.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate
I know
it.
you get it, and you have a genuine appreciation for American roots music. You know, just by the way you play.
Yeah.
You know, I tell my friends that guy's the real deal.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
I appreciate it.
You know, listen to him because he actually gets how it's supposed to go.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well,
And
easy to say the truth.
yeah. And hopefully we'll do this again at some point.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Sounds good.
Good.
Thanks, man. My pleasure.